What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. Join us now as we look at this week's edition of Dynamite, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Carlito is signed with WWE, has MJF gone too far, slapping a fan on Dynamite, Bray Wyatt return rumors, 3 superstars turning heel, the real reason why WWE is changing its belts, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new channel, Wrestlelamia Shorts. Now, as always, we won't recap the matches, but just look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good as number 1, a terrific time limit finish. Last night's MJF vs Adam Cole match was the instant classic fans of both wrestlers expected, with Adam Cole out-wrestling the champion and outwitting him when it came to MJF's usual bag of dirty tricks. AEW slipped out of a tricky situation by using the time limit draw to leave fans guessing who would emerge victorious. This was much better than a double DQ or another cheap finish, and MJF's refusal to give Cole an added 5 minutes was just what fans expected from the cagey champion. Number 2, Vince was right. No mention of the MJF Cole match would be complete without praising MJF for showing his uncanny talent for breaking the fourth wall while also reinforcing his image as a schmuck. In this case, MJF wearing an elbow pad that read Vince was right, the AEW World Champion's way of reminding opponent Adam Cole that Vince McMahon reportedly didn't see much in Cole as a main roster star. Number 3, Battle of the Bats. Last night's confrontation between Sting and Chris Jericho was an OMG moment that fans had to take notice of, especially those who know Sting and Jericho have never wrestled each other. While Jericho recently denied he had plans on wrestling the Stinger, there's no doubt that these two are headed for a big showdown. Number 4, good undercard. Dynamite featured a strong undercard that felt like a solid episode of Dynamite rather than a mix of Dynamite and Rampage. AEW needs to do this on a regular basis, both for Dynamite and Collision. Number 5, excellent hype for Collision. While rumor has it that AEW loaded up last night's Dynamite to score a number 1 rating in cable now that NHL and NBA playoffs are over, it's clear AEW used the loaded show to build fan interest in Collision, booking more matches for Saturday's show while also teasing CM Punk is going to unload with another pipe bomb. It seems that some fans are not really wanting CM Punk to return, as during his teaser, a fan recorded a video of boos throughout the arena when Punk showed up. Number 7, big build-up for Forbidden Door. The build-up wasn't limited to Collision either, as AEW upped the ante for Forbidden Door, with New Japan's Will Ospreay taking out Kenny Omega, AEW announcing MJF will defend the AEW title against Tanahashi, and Jungle Boy Jack Perry will challenge Sanada for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. And this is the Dynamite fans remember. Last night's Dynamite was a solid show that seemed like one of the first episodes, with banger matches, strong segments, and a magnificent main event with plenty of post-match excitement, including surprise appearance and run-ins galore. Now that was good. What about the bad? As number 1, Sky Blue Tony Storm snoozer. It's always difficult to get interested in any match or segment involving the Outcasts, and last night's Sky Blue vs Tony Storm match was no exception, with the only highlight being the build-up for Sky and Willow Nightingale teaming up to battle the Outcasts. Number 2, AEW setting up Hook turn on Jungle Boy. Is Hook gonna turn on Jungle Boy? While AEW can always pull a swerve, last night's segment where Jack Perry accepted Sanada's open challenge without considering Hook might want it and then asking Hook to be his cornerman makes it clear Jungle Hook will be the next defunct tag team involving Jungle Boy. Throw in Jungle Boy's out of left field remark that Hook is his best friend, and it's obvious where things are headed. It was nothing downright ugly, as AEW put on a solid episode of Dynamite that also set out to hype Collision and Forbidden Door. Several segments stood out for their quality storytelling, including Eddie Kingston attacking the Blackpool Combat Club's Claudio Castagnoli while also protecting his friend Jon Moxley. But what do you guys think of Dynamite last night? Let us know in the comments down below. Now let's move on to the news. Our first story looks at Carlito signed with WWE. At top of today's news is a report that former superstar Carlito is returning to the company. Carlito was last seen in the WWE at his Backlash show during the Damian Priest vs Bad Bunny match, where he helped the LWO even the odds against the Judgment Day. Carlito received a thunderous ovation in his Puerto Rican homeland, which may have renewed the WWE's big interest in him. Now here's what we know so far. Dave Meltzer discussed a rumor during a recent Wrestling Observer Radio. Well, the only thing that I know is that he had an independent show on July 15th for Devin Nicholson in Canada, and he called him up to cancel and said that he had signed with WWE, so perhaps he has signed with WWE. It wouldn't surprise me, he got that big pop in Puerto Rico, so maybe he's back. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe they have a storyline for him. That's what Devin Nicholson said today. The second generation superstar enjoyed several years in the WWE spotlight until his 2010 release, when the WWE released him due to his first violation of the WWE's wellness program and his subsequent refusal to attend a rehabilitation facility. Carlito is kept busy wrestling elsewhere but competed at the 2021 Royal Rumble. If Carlito is returning, he could end up working alongside the Latino World Order. What do you guys think of Carlito possibly signing back with WWE? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, MJF goes too far as he slaps a fan on Dynamite. Now, you may have heard this online, but what actually happened is less sensational. MJF stepped out of the ring during his match against Adam Cole and slapped a fan's baseball cap off. But in doing so, he also knocked the fan's eyeglasses off. It's unknown if the spot was planned, but the fans seem to take the move as a badge of honor. This follows an incident a while back when MJF took a fan's drink and threw it in a child's face, a situation made worse when people found out the drink was alcohol. Do you think MJF's latest up-close and personal moment with an AEW fan was a stunt, or MJF just being MJF? Next up, Bray Wyatt return. Is Bray Wyatt returning to WWE soon? Well, fans have been asking this ever since Wyatt disappeared from TV and what looked like a Wrestlemania match against Bobby Lashley was cancelled. And now Best Wrestling Experience, which has had a solid track record reporting WWE news, tweeted one of the videos that WWE aired prior to Wyatt's return last year. Now, the Sportster's Jim Parsons commented on this, saying, "The post is not exactly a report that Wyatt is scheduled to make a return at any particular show, but the video, which was one of the QR code videos used last year to build up to its return, was shared on Wednesday, and the belief is that this tease is that he's returning once again." If Wyatt is returning soon, it'll likely happen at a major show such as Money in the Bank. What do you guys think? Is Wyatt's return imminent? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, 3 superstars turning heel. Is the WWE preparing to pull the trigger on 3 heel turns? While this rumor has been going around for several weeks, Best Wrestling Experience recently commented that the WWE plans on turning the Street Profits and Bianca Belair heel. Belair, who had a solid heel run in NXT, has been working as a babyface since her main roster debut, and she could add a strong heel presence to SmackDown alongside the Profits. Next up, WWE's big plans for Io Sky. Is Io Sky turning babyface? Well, that seems to be the direction WWE is headed for as Damage Control continues to show signs of breaking apart. However, that's only the tip of the iceberg, as Sports Illustrated's Justin Barrasso reports, Sky's work has thoroughly impressed Levesque for years, and the reaction she drew from the crowd at Backlash in Puerto Rico only added fuel to the fire for those advocating for her first run as a singles champion on the main roster. Turning Sky face and having a feud with Bayley has been discussed. Barrasso also praised WWE superstar Bayley for championing other talent and working hard to get the undercard recognized. An Io Sky vs Bayley feud should be fantastic in the ring, and it could help elevate Sky from the fans' perception of her as a tag team wrestler, at least on the main roster, into a single superstar. Next up, the real reason WWE is changing its belt. WWE has been introducing new championship belts over the last few weeks, leading to some fans to ask what's behind it all. According to Sports Illustrated's Justin Barrasso, there's a reason behind the change. Paul Triple H Levesque wanted to freshen up all the titles and present a new look, multiple sources have confirmed with Sports Illustrated. The prospect of getting fans who collect belts to invest in more titles likely didn't escape the game's mind when he made the decision. Next up, AEW adds more talent to creative. Reports are coming in of more people joining AEW's creative department. Fightful reported, Will Washington and Bryan Danielson have been working behind the scenes, and now 2 more names are being mentioned, including FTR's Dax Harwood and recent hire Jimmy Jacobs. Jacobs, a longtime wrestling veteran, has worked behind the scenes for WWE and Impact Wrestling and recently departed Impact for AEW. AEW has doubled its TV time thanks to the addition of Collision, and it'll be interesting to see how the various wrestlers collaborate and whether AEW can avoid the trap of too many cooks spoil the broth, a situation that plagued WCW when it had a revolving door of wrestlers booking its shows. And finally, Dynamite Duds. Last but not least, did you spot the 2 botches during Dynamite? The first was during Christian Cage's video promo against Wardlow, and Cage's audio was momentarily muted. The second was a video error where the word "no" was displayed during a match. Fightful Sean Ross Sapp noted, the "no" on the screen for a moment on AEW Dynamite wasn't a distributor or cable error, it happened on all the broadcasts. But there you have it folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including our review of Dynamite. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.